Hello everyone, this is Ming Jong. Welcome to today's market analysis for the S&P 500 E-minis futures for the session of 3rd of August. So in this video, I am going to show you the market recap on the last session plus potential trade reviews in the 3 minutes time frame, which I will include the entry, exits, and the rationale behind. And going forward, I will cover the bias, the key levels, and also potential setup for the session later. Alright, so let's just get started. As we can see in this daily chart for the S&P 500, last Friday was very bullish, very similar to last Thursday. So we have an even increasing of the volume here, suggesting some supply absorption happening around the level here, the lower part. Later I will zoom into the hourly time frame and I will point out why there is obvious supply absorption going on with the effort versus results analysis. Alright, so before I do that, let me just point out a few things in this daily chart. So first of all, I think last Thursday and Friday was very bullish. We see these demand tails, and that comes with the increasing of the volume, and subsequently the close of these 3 days are at the high of the bar. So I think this is also another bullish sign. So far we are just a few points below the swing resistance generated around 3275 at this swing level here. So I think once we can break out and commit above, then it's just a matter of time we can touch the all-time high level. Alright, so let me just get down to the hourly time frame and I'll elaborate a bit more on this hourly time frame. So this is the hourly time frame of the S&P 500. We can see that during the first few hours on last Friday, there was a reaction down. I think this is the first 4-hour session, and that comes with an increasing of the supply level as well. But you just take a look here, even though we have the increasing of the supply level here, if we compare it to on Thursday, so on Thursday we also have a reaction down, but the supply level is a lot more compared to on Thursday session. But look at what do we get here. So this is the low of Thursday, and on Friday with this much of the supply level and with the significant down move here, and we just have a higher low form here. So this is the low and we actually have a higher low form. So that means that with the significant amount of the supply level to push the price out, we still fail to take out the previous day low on Thursday. So this is a bullish sign suggesting that there was demand come in to absorb the price, and this actually reflected on the next few bars here. You can see that this few green bars level, the volume level is relatively low. I wouldn't say that it's extremely low, but just compare it to the past day, on Thursday here, you can see that the volume level is just slightly lower, but look at the price, it just ramped up so quickly. So it just suggested that the demand has absorbed the supply on the previous few bars here, as reflected on the spike of the supply level. So subsequently we see that there is an ease of movement up without very significant amount of the volume or demand to push the price up. And just look at the close. So we just closed near the high of the range of this bar. So that's definitely a bullish sign. Alright, so before the US session got started, I think this is the Asian session, there's a London session. So really the sell-off only began during the US session, only the first few hours, but wasn't able to take out the prior low. with this much of the supply level. So definitely this is a bullish sign. And let me get down to the 3 minutes time frame. I'll elaborate a bit more on the trade review. Well, I didn't really initiate any kind of the trade because I wasn't in front of my computer on last Friday. But these are some of the trades that I've been reviewing or studying just after the sessions. So the first trade that I think the first potential trade that if I were to trade definitely is somewhere around here, around 11 o'clock my time here. So that's based on the level at around 3230, which is still a good level to watch, I would say. So first of all, we have a reaction down here, and subsequently actually breakdown of the key levels at 3230, but it didn't manage to commit further down, to travel further down. In fact, it just kind of formed a little range here, and eventually we have a kind of a little breakout happening here, and followed by a very shallow pullback. So this is the breakout that I'm talking about, and that's actually followed by a shallow backing up action here, and eventually it just reverse and trend higher here. But you can see that it actually wasn't able to commit above 3244. So this level was the day high from the previous day, which was on Thursday. So there was a Thursday's high. So it just short by a few points, attempt to touch it, but failed to touch this level 3244 or 45. So eventually there is a reaction happening down here. So if I will enter a long trade here just right after the breakout, then subsequently I think I probably will get stop out or at most break even, because there are quite a few points, obvious points to exit the trade. So let me just walk you through this a little bit. Let me zoom in. So first of all, if I were to enter a trade, a long trade just after the close of this bar based on the breakout, and kind of like a spring type of the setup, like temporary committed below the 3230 level, and then subsequently we have a bullish bar and then committed above. So I actually anticipated at least a breakout of the previous day high at 3244, which is this orange line here, and probably target around 3260 level, which is a previous resistance here. But it didn't really happen. In fact, I think the first point of the exit will be this localized breakdown bar, the bearish black bar here, because it's kind of like reverse the prior up move here. And if not, we will actually wait for a attempt to rally up here. But this is a very significant bar because of the spike of the supply level here. Although the spread of the bearish bar wasn't that scary or threatening, but you look at the supply level, it just spiked to almost double of the previous supply level here. So this is definitely, I think, could be the second exit here if the first attempt was missed or still waiting for confirmation. Otherwise, I think the last attempt to exit will be on this bar here, because just right after the spike of the supply on this bearish bar, we have two bullish green bar here with a good volume as well. But look at where we travel. So basically this is the two bullish bar here, and we just failed to commit above the high generated by this first localized breakdown bar. So what does it mean? So it simply means that there was an emergence of the supply at this level as shown in this This is the first spike of the supply, and then followed by this bar. So this is a bullish bar disguised with a lot of the supply, and this bar as well. So these are a few clues to exit the trade. If not, I think this will be the chance to exit as well. This is another spike of the supply level with a bearish bar. Otherwise, if never or wasn't able to interpret all this, then definitely just based on the structure alone, this is the failure again. It's a localized breakdown of this structure. So definitely I think this is the last chance to get out of the long trade. Alright, so this was the first potential trade review, and subsequently I think there was a chance to trade to the long side as well, because just right after this down reaction, the down move happening, and although it didn't really stop at a level that I would anticipate, because it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere, I wasn't actually anticipate it actually stopped somewhere around 3211, because the previous day low was somewhere around 3195. So definitely on depending on the level that you are watching, for me this potential long trade will be stick to the localized structure alone. And let me just walk you through a little bit here. And first of all, this is a downtrend line that I can draw up, and with all this supply come in, push the price down, and the progress is not that impressive, only a little bit here compared to even from here, the last time that it can travel a bit more here. But this time it actually travel or progress to the downside with a little bit of the movement. And second, so this is the greatest rally that we have ever seen from this downtrend. So if we compare the rally up, then definitely this is the greatest rally that we have ever seen, and it actually broke this downtrend line and followed by a test with a reversal bar. So I think this could be a great chance to enter a long trade after the close of this reversal bar. And if we just base on this localized structure alone, you can enter the next bar as well. Otherwise, depending on how you manage a trade, I think after this reversal bar, after the second reaction here, so it could be another chance to get in or to add in for more positions. So there's another chance, and with the stop at around 3214 or 15, so just below here. So subsequently you can see that the deeper reaction actually tested the resistance turn support level, and subsequently we have a very nice run up here. So this could be the potential long trade on Friday. Alright, so let me just get back to the hourly time frame, and I will talk more on the current situation. So far, I have a bullish bias in terms of the long-term time frame, because nothing has changed. And for day trading purpose, definitely I'm still bullish, but kind of tend to maintain a neutral view, because I can be more ready to trade either to the long side or to the downside as well. So far, the key levels that I have been watching definitely is the swing high resistance level. If we just zoom out a little bit here, you can see it clearly. So this is the previous swing high resistance, and also touched it quite a few times at around 3270 or 73, somewhere around there. And for the immediate support level, I'm actually watching this still the access line here at 3230. So this has been tested quite a few of times, 3230 level, and I think we still can rely on this level. But for the immediate potential setup for the session later, I'm actually looking at a test of this last hour bar with a very big bullish bar here. So hopefully then it could do something like this, maybe a break to the downside followed by a break back in, a reversal type of the entry. Otherwise, I think if the market could just to shake more people out, then definitely it could be have another kind of the reaction, maybe to test the 3230 level, and then followed by a reversal up. So far the price action or the movement of S&P 500 has been a bit annoying, because I've seen this kind of the expanding triangle, which is a bit hard to trade. So depending how it will resolve itself out, it could be via a diamond shape, diamond formation, something like that, and then eventually break out, or it could just simply consolidate a little bit here, further followed by break to the upside to test the targets at higher levels at 3310, or eventually the all-time high level near 3400. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. Talk about the bias for day trading. For long term, definitely still no change at all. And for key levels, definitely still watch out for the swing high levels at 3270, and look for opportunities to get long when there is an interaction or meaningful reversal from the key levels. And let me just do a final quick review with a larger time frame. So if I zoom out a little bit here, maybe I will use the daily chart. I think it's better here to view it in the daily chart here. Okay, so far you can see that this is pretty much at the resistance level or the swing high level. So we kind of like still consolidating a little bit here. So this is the uptrend followed by a change of character, and then eventually we go into a trading range from here, and this is quite a nice rally up, and this is a bit of the scary type of the action with a potential of the upthrust action, but eventually it just resolve itself out, and hopefully this become a supply absorption scenario, and hopefully it will just breaking out to the upside. Alright, so that's my view for the S&P 500. Hope you enjoyed it and get something out from this video. If you like it, just click like and also hover to my name or picture to follow me. Do remember to subscribe to my channel so that you get instant notification of my future video ideas. So as usual, if you have enjoyed this video or have learned something, feel free to comment it below and let me know what else would you like to know a bit more in detail, and I will definitely reply to you. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.